Now, we've made it pretty clear on this channel that we are team draft a quarterback every single year, if not at minimum every other year, because constantly churning and burning that position and just bringing in talent, just trying to find that next franchise quarterback, because that's where you find them, by the way, the draft. They just don't magically hit free agency unless they're damaged goods a la Peyton Manning or damaged goods a la Drew Brees or Kirk Cousins. Yeah, so I'm always trying to find the next gunslinger. Now, Rick Spielman's strategy has been not aligned with mine. So UDFA, Joel Stave, Mitch Leidner, Jake Browning, that whole thing, right? And as we pointed out, Rick Spielman hasn't drafted a non-first round quarterback since 2008. He took John David Booty in the 5th round because Rick Spielman, all about that booty, right? But so, question is, with God King Kirk Cousins got his extension. He's the de facto GM of this team. As soon as he got extended, Diggs said something smart. He traded Diggs to Siberia. He gone, right? So Kirk Cousins has all the power right now, but also 12 draft picks. And there could be some interesting situations where there could be insane quarterback value at your pick. Now, obviously, you could trade back, trade down, get more picks in this draft, come with 19 draft picks, sure. Or trade to the future for some potential draft sugar as well. You already have an extra 4th round pick from Buffalo, so that's always good in the hood, right? Potentially if you want to get up for Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields. So, the question is, should the Vikings be looking to draft a quarterback this year? I say yes, but I always say yes, but I would fully understand if Kirk Cousins was just like, no, how dare you take away a pick that could bring me some contributors on this team, right? But I always go back to the Tom Brady argument, right? So Tom Brady, all world, all amazing, all everything. After Tom Brady won the Patriots the Super Bowl in 2001, guess how many quarterbacks they drafted? Yeah, they drafted 10 quarterbacks, including 6 4th round or higher. So here's the full list. 2002, immediately the year after Tom Brady won the Super Bowl, they drafted Rohan Davey out of LSU. Remember him in the 4th round? Cool. 2003, 2 years after winning a Super Bowl, Cliff Kingsbury in the 6th round. Yes, that Cliff Kingsbury. 2005, Matt Castle, 7th round. Yeah, 2008, Kevin O'Connell, the pride of San Diego State University. I believe he's a quarterbacks coach now with the Browns. Took him in the 3rd round. 2010, Zach Robinson out of OK State, 7th round. 2011, here it is. Tom Brady's going to need more wax. He's going to be gone. He's declining. So they took Ryan Mallett, future Dan Marino, out of Arkansas in the 3rd round. Yeah, Ryan Mallett had a great cadence, by the way. So, 2014, Jimmy G in the 2nd round. This is fully when Tom Brady's in decline. 2016, Jabroni Brisket out of North Carolina State, 3rd round. Danny Etling, 2018, 7th round. And now the heir apparent 2019, Jarrett Stidham out of Auburn in the 4th round. So they've been trying to replace Tom Brady for ever since Tom Brady got there, right? All the rings. We're still going to use these draft picks to potentially replace you, Tom Brady, right? And he's never said bump about it. I think that's just a different mentality with Tom Brady, especially since there were 6 quarterbacks taken ahead of him in the draft anyway. So I think he's perfectly fine having that chip on the shoulder. Plus, you go back to Michigan, him and Drew Henson. Yeah, so Tom Brady's perfectly fine competing. And also, Belichick knows. Belichick is underrated as a GM. Now, he certainly makes some big blunders. Don't get us wrong here. 2nd round pick for Mo Sanu. Really? But he knows the value of the position. And also, even if these guys don't overtake your guy, even if you have the greatest quarterback of all time in his prime, what it does do is it turns over some value where they're able to trade Jimmy Garoppolo, where they're able to trade Jabroni Brisket, etc. So it does make a lot of sense there that you're always going to have a valuable trademark. It's sort of what the Eagles did for a number of years under Andy Reid as well. So, how can the Vikings not spend one draft pick out of 12 on a quarterback, the most important position in team sports? We're one play away from Sean freaking Mannion leading the Vikings to a 2-14 season. We really are, right? So maybe we have theorized that Kirk Cousins maybe is a little bit, what's the word? Cautious, suspicious, paranoid about a quarterback behind him, because we theorize, that could be one of the reasons why, Kyle Jerome Slater. The guy that the fan loves, the super exciting, super dynamic, super big armed, super high potential dude that they just got rid of. And then Mike Zimmer made sure to salt and sully his name on the way out. So that nothing can ever grow again. Zimmer went full Carthaginian solution on Kyle Slater's ass. Exactly, right? So maybe I mean, we're not saying that Kirk Cousins is as great as Peyton Manning because, but Peyton Manning, man, for so many years with the Colts, he was paranoid about another quarterback coming in, right? He would take every single practice rep, and you know who his backup was? Jim Sorgi. Remember him? Sixth round pick out of Wisconsin. It was like he loved Sorgi because he was not a threat. Just like Tom Brady would always, be a little bit cold, be a little distant with all of his backup quarterbacks, except who he really liked? Matt Castle, because he knew that Matt Castle legitimately wasn't a threat. Sorry, Vikings legend Matt Castle. So there you go. So maybe Kirk Cousins, maybe he puts the kibosh on things because it's clear that Kirk Cousins is in charge now. But say the Vikings don't listen. Right? Say the Vikings, they just see massive, insane value. Like for some reason, Tua has a gas mask bomb video come out on draft night. Everyone, passes around the Zoom chats. All of a sudden, he's there at 22. If Sugarman medically checked him at the combine, the doctors say he's good to go. How do you pass on Tua at 22? Or say more realistically, say Jordan Love is there at 22, and unless you auction off that pick, whether it be the Colts, whether it be the Patriots, whether it be a team du jour that really wants him. It's tough to pass up that value, isn't it? Or say you like Jake Eason or Jake from State Farm or Jalen Hurts. He's there in the second round or the third round. All right, so say the Vikings positions need cornerback, check. Offensive line, check. Wide receiver, check. Third round, Jalen Hurts is just sitting there chilling. And you're picking at 89. And he's just like, what do you do? What do you do? Like, do you use that third round pick on a potential QB of the future, a potential guy that Kirk Cousins could see as a threat, a potential person that the fan base could rally around because the most popular guy in town is always the backup quarterback, especially if Kirk Cousins struggles? Is that what you do? Or with the extension on the table. So let's talk about financials here. So Kirk Cousins, they're not moving on from Kirk Cousins this year, right? $62 million dead cap figure. That ain't happening. But, next year starts the extension. The extension does not have the trade clause, no trade clause in it. So if the Vikings say go kerplop this year, I mean, knock on wood, hopefully that doesn't happen, God willing, that whole thing, right? But say the Vikings fall flat on their ass this year. Zimmer's washed out. Maybe Spielman's gone as well. Kirk Cousins doesn't perform up to his contract. And, they don't build upon last year when they went on the road, won a playoff game, good vibes everywhere. All right, so say San Francisco still intrigued, or Team TBD still wants to get in the Kirk Cousins business. Vikings like, all right, deuces. You know what? We're going to eat the $41 million dead cap because it would have been on the cap anyway. You know what would allow the Vikings to do that? If they have a quality quarterback waiting in the wings on his rookie deal. And that could be a Jalen Hurts in the third round. That could be a Jordan Love at 22. That could be a lot of different things, right? Because you look back, even if Kirk Cousins plays next year and then they move on from before the 2022 season and only eat $10 million dead cap, right? So that'll be 2 years on the bench for that quarterback TBD of the future, right? You look back, Aaron Rodgers sat for 3. I mean, also, they spent a first-round pick on Aaron Rodgers, the stupid Packers did, right? So Brett Favre, still plenty of tread left on the tires, as evidence from Favre in 2008 with the Jets and Favre in 2009 with the Vikings. But they still spent a first-round pick on Aaron Rodgers, and they sat his ass down for 3 years. 3 years. Yeah, just pretty damn insane. Where obviously Brett Favre could use another receiver or another offensive lineman, or the defense could use some kindling as well, but it is what it is at that point. So I say that the Vikings should definitely keep their eyes open for a quarterback. And hell, it could be a late day 3 quarterback as well. It could be James Morgan from Florida International, even though he's a devout Packers fan. But don't worry, we'll beat that out of him. Or Mason Fine from North Texas, or Nate Stanley from Iowa. Not Nate Stanley from Iowa. I take that back. Tyler Huntley from Utah. Jake Luton from Oregon State, etc. So there are some intriguing names. And frankly, with 12 picks, I'd be kind of disappointed if the Vikings don't come away with at least one quarterback. Well, with a quarterback. If the Vikings go 0 they decide not to go quarterback at all. They're like, Sean Mannion is it. Jake Browning is the truth. We'll bring in a UDFA as a camp arm, and that is all. I'd be pretty bummed because say that scenario from earlier happens. The Vikings crater. Kirk Cousins is terrible. What do you do? Yes, you could be in range to draft Trevor Lawrence and or Fields. But what if you're not? What if you're at like 8, right? So you're out of the range of where you think that Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields and maybe even QB's TBD will go. So what do you do? So, and also, if you are able to get one of those guys, you're going to entrust the franchise with the rookie, potential full-on rebuild and tear down, whatever. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So draft a quarterback. That's the entire point of this rant. But what are your thoughts? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, pull us up on the Venmo. Please give us a follow on social media as well. But until next time, Skol, production value.